Welcome back, Rich Nation. My name is AJ, and today we're going to be continuing One Piece episodes 29 and 30. Last time we saw Krieg kind of just melt down a little bit. He kind of got knocked down a peg. Luffy was able to just keep at him. It's kind of great because he kept touting that he's the strongest. But I think is really funny is we just saw someone as Hawkeye just a couple episodes ago literally tear down, somebody like Zoro, showed his immense strength. Krieg's already been beaten his entire, fleet, and he still can tout that strongest in line. I just think is funny. I don't know. That's kind of like saying you're like the strongest, you're the strongest person maybe on his block, maybe, the biggest, baddest person on his block. But if you go into the entire sea, obviously we've seen that somebody's stronger than him. So it's like, I don't understand the arrogance you have to, just not be able to, take a defeat and, take it with pride. He definitely doesn't have that. And he just keeps pulling these arsenals of weapons out of nowhere. I swear to God. But anyway, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, smash that like button, hit that notification bell. You can also check out my Patreon at patreon.com/AJRich123. And anyway, let's go ahead and start. I can kick your ass. I mean, he has so many weapons, everything seems to blow up. No, I can tell it's not a bluff. He's just stronger than him, and he can't give up the strongest title here. We've actually seen him more serious, so we can kind of tell the difference in strength there. Infinite. Absolutely infinite. Gatling fists. That's a lot of fists. Oh man, he looks pretty happy of seeing all that fisting going on there. God, I think it would hurt. I mean, he's wearing literally golden armor. But Luffy's feeling it too. Probably needs something else to break it. Huh? What? It didn't seem like he's been fast until this point. That's crazy he got there that fast. He's still touting the strong line. I mean, I guess it's, setting him away like a bazooka would. Backfired. Ooh. At least it broke. Or, well, not necessarily broke, but took some damage. What the? Oh, no. Explosives. That's a break right there. Straight in. It was only a matter of time. Your armor is obviously not the strongest. And now he's just left with his pants. Does he? Of course. Of course he has a backup plan. Oh no. Yeah, his weakness. How are they still cheering him on with the way he treats them? I will not ever understand that. Holy shit, that's a lot of twists. That's gonna be quite a hit there. The ways Luffy can twist his body still is very surprising. We've seen it, mostly we see him do like the basics of either trying to extend to get higher or attack with, you know, stretchy arms, fists, things like that. But it's just funny to see different ways. I'm curious on how many different ways Luffy can kind of change his attacks, because I feel like there's only so much you can do with, you know, an extension and being able to extend your body, but in reality, if you can like change it to any type of shape, you know what, I guess you could do a ton of stuff, and we've already seen that in this many episodes, so it's interesting to see what they do with that. But man, Don Krieg's like ego, just the only way you can shut him up is to defeat him. That's really the only way. That's the hit we all needed. Just enough damage. Oh, Luffy. Can Luffy even come back from that? He's just gonna sink, right? I love how when Luffy fights, that's the expression we get. That's actually... He's better really fast. That'll hopefully wake him up from that loyalty. Loyalty to the wrong person, but yeah. I mean, you guys gonna let him just drown? Oh, most of them probably aren't knowledgeable about it. Didn't think about that. Good thing. At least Sanji's gonna go do it. He swam before. Ooh. Can only, you know, be down there so long. Holy crap, he's... I mean, seeing something like that is kind of inspiring when you think about it. Luffy really affects the people around him. Not so easy for some people. People that have strong convictions, you know. It seems to be affecting him and possibly changing him here, or changing his mindset. Which Luffy seems to be good at. There's always something that drives somebody, and he did. Maybe he's, you know, he had forgotten about that for a long time. Oh God, can't be happier to see, you know, see him like that with his armor off. That man is defeated. I don't think he can bear to look at it. Seeing like the person you looked up to and the person you've been following forever get defeated is hard, regardless of how they treated you. Luffy won't be defeated that easily. Of course, he's sleeping. Luffy's in danger, he fucking sleeps. Oh my God. Of course. How is he still moving? I feel like he would say that, you know, till death at this point. The people that are trying to help you and your crew, just kick, you know, kick them. You're not. Sorry to disappoint. Yup. I'm surprised he's still gonna, like, take him. He's gonna still be a part of that group? So what his captain wanted, he wanted as well. Oh, is he really dying? I thought he was better now. He looked better, but maybe he's just, you know, being able to stand up for now. So he did learn something. As long as you learn something, I think it's worth it. That's pretty nice. I mean, obviously they're not attacking. It was the one guy. Oh, they don't want to get yelled at. Look how obedient they are now. What the fuck? It's the equivalent of like stacking up a clown car. We got a boat full of 1,000 people. How strong is that boat? What the hell is going on? I feel like it'll be sunk, like, at any point. Welp, I guess those broken pirate ship right there will just sit. I'm sure there's a lot of those. A lot of broken pieces everywhere from fights. So she intends to come back? There's definitely a reason. You can see it on her face here. Damn. That's kind of interesting. It seemed kind of out of left field why she would just, leave like that, even though that was in her personality. And I think that was probably why it seemed easier for her to just go like that. But, as we've seen for a while now, she had been loyal. She'd said that she was going to be part of, Luffy's crew, and then ditching like that. It seems like she's going because she has to. But what is the reason why she has to? Because she's going and she's crying. She obviously doesn't want to go, or at least she's kind of like conflicted. That's what I'm getting from that. It seems like she's conflicted. I definitely want to learn more about that. But yeah, it's pretty much what I thought what would happen with Don Krieg. I mean, as we saw somebody stronger than him, of course he was going to be defeated, but man, even when he's passed out and he's unconscious, like he's gonna fight to the very end. I'm just surprised the loyalty of his crew members there are still gonna pick him up, and they're shoving each other all in that boat, and that surprised me. But I guess if you're loyal to somebody to that point, maybe you think you could like talk to him and be like, look, you're defeated, are you gonna change at this point? And then if he doesn't change, then you can leave him. But also our guy is like close to death, and that kind of surprised me. It would suck. They're kind of it seems like they're keeping that like open-ended there, because he said he could die in a few hours, and I feel like if he was gonna die, wouldn't they show it on screen? I mean, or maybe it just doesn't matter. I don't know, but it just feels strange that they said that. So possibly maybe he won't die. Hopefully not, because he definitely showed that. I don't know. He just showed that he's a good, not all pirates are bad, as we've learned, but even the ones even if you have a captain that's as bad as they come and with the biggest ego, not everybody is necessarily bad that follows him. They can have their own reasons, as we learned from there. Anyway, let's go to the next one. Can Luffy just sleep and sleep and sleep? Jesus. Yeah, don't take a straw hat or panic attacks. He still doesn't want to go, huh? What? Kill him now because, he won't go? The sooner the better, I guess, in Luffy's mind. See, when he talks about the all blue, you can see that face he had when he was a kid. Huh. You can see the excitement from him. At least the boat's in one piece, kind of. Send him to the kids' table. Oh, or worse. You don't even get a table or chairs. Cooks eating other cooks' food, I think, would always have arguments, because they would be like the hardest critics. The hell? Oh, is there some type of scheme? Why are they all doing that? They trying to piss him off? After going through a dramatic experience like they did, they're never gonna waste food. What? While Luffy chows down. So he ate the whole thing and then destroyed it. They're doing this for some reason, I can tell. Maybe to push him out, possibly? Because they just saw him fight for them. There's no other reason. Reverting back. Of course they're gonna want. It was kind of too obvious. They want what's best for him. It's kind of sweet though when you think about it. They care that much. See? Yeah, I mean, when you care that much about, you know, somebody and they saw him, you know, the loyalty and just how much like strength and determination he put into actually fighting for them, there's no way they would treat him like that other than to maybe send him off, especially when he saw the passion that was coming from Sanji when he was talking about the all blue, because that's like, other than when we saw him in a flashback as a kid, that was the happiest we've seen him on his face there. So it was just of course they're gonna be like that. He just wants him to want to go. Yep. Even though Luffy will ask a lot, doesn't mean he's gonna take him, you know, force him to go. He wants him to want to go. Well, now that Sanji's hearing everything, I would think this would help him, you know, sway his thoughts here. God. Jesus! A demon, like, dolphin? I don't even know. How the hell does this happen? Oh, did something bad happen? Oh, a hard place for them to go to? They just need Luffy's help. Well, that's all he needed, everybody else actually wanting him to go. Do you even have to ask that question? I think at this point they needed all the help they can get. He's a big softy. You can see it. I still can't get used to that chef hat. It's just way too big. He's a bad actor too. They're just gonna get as much supplies as they can from there. There's definitely some, you know, love there. He's been there for so long, I would think it would be hard to leave. And that obviously what pushed him to live and for them to have a goal, a similar goal together. Sometimes things aren't what they seem. Oh. Seems like he was pretty much like a dad to him. So that's what he uses that chef hat for. I'm sure really bittersweet for him. And all of them, really. I feel like they're all putting up a pretty, you know, a good face, yeah. Guess that's one way to, you know, see him off. Might as well not change how things are normally. I feel like they're definitely like holding in some emotions. Of course he's gonna cry. Like I said, he's been mostly, it's been pretty much his dad. When you go through an experience like that, yeah, of course. Oh man. Wow. That's not what I expected. Finally let it all out. They were all holding it back, but of course, they're a family. You've been close to them for so long. I don't think that's possible on this. Part of him definitely doesn't want to leave them, but something that he wants. Now Sanji can try to achieve that dream. That's a pirate ship, a new island. So this is where Nami's going. Definitely an emotional ending for them. It was good to see, like, I got kind of those like feelings from previous episodes about actually how they all felt. You know, it's kind of like the family thing where family fights, but in, you know, when all in all is done, they all love each other, and that's kind of what we saw from Sanji and Zeph. And really, like, Zeph has been pretty much like a dad to him. I mean, so no wonder Sanji would not want to leave them, and they kind of have like, it's one of those things where he wanted to leave, not say anything, because he knew if he said something, like what ended up happening, he's gonna cry and, you know, have a hard time leaving, and that's what happened. And it's just, it's hard not to get emotional when you see something like that, because they you can just feel all the way, like when you go through a traumatic experience and you know, live from it, and then they, you know, didn't just leave each other, they actually built something together, something they both believed in, and now Sanji is leaving with a dream that they both share about the All Blue, and he can kind of live through it from, you know, by Sanji doing it. I think of course they're going to be emotional about it, but it's kind of sweet, it's kind of bittersweet for them, because he's actually able to go, you know, live out and do something like that, and then they're still able to live out their other dream of being able to have a restaurant in the ocean, you know, for people, you know, in the middle of nowhere, anybody can eat. It's kind of sweet. Their boat's still intact. I thought maybe it would get destroyed, something bad would happen to it at some point, because man, did it have a lot of fights going on around it and on it, but it was able to, you know, stay still, and that's great. Now seeming Nami is going to this area with more pirates, or a pirate group. Seemed like she had changed too, like, and it seems I'm wondering what it is, because she was even crying on the boat and not necessarily wanting to leave. It seems like she's being forced to go, or she has to go to this place, but why? The only thing I could get from that was she was looking in a previous episode, she was looking at a wanted poster, and like, is she going to get this, to get the bounty? Does she know where this, maybe she's seen this person, or what, knows the person, or knows how much it's worth? I feel like it wouldn't be the latter, because it just, I don't know, maybe it's just I want her not to have that, because when we meet her, she's just wanting, she's just stealing and wanting money, and she obviously stole the boat to go there. So I'm wondering, maybe she had like plans, and her plans changed when she met Luffy and them, and I don't know what could have, like, what on that bounty affected her to make her go to this place. It's just curious. And for them to be a little bit when they were following them, and a little bit they need to make sure they got Luffy, because obviously it seems like it's maybe a harder place, or maybe stronger pirates are there. I don't know, just it's very, very interesting. I can't wait till we learn more about that, because we've gotten some pasts with Zoro, Usopp, and Luffy, and we've been able to kind of get to know, and Sanji, and we get to know these characters really well. And even though we've seen Nami go through some stuff, I feel like we still don't know her. We haven't seen like her past, where she comes from. We haven't been able to fully figure her out. So I think that would be an interesting thing to learn. But man, this world is really huge when you think about it, especially when they talk about, north, south, east, west, and then this all blue. And I just think about like how big this actual world is. Like they've ran into some tough opponents already, but as we saw from Hawkeye, there's way stronger people. And I think that just would excite Luffy, just the discovery part, and like how more's out there. I think it's kind of interesting. But anyway, guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, smash that like button, join Discord if you haven't joined the Discord. That link is down below. Also, you can check out my Patreon, patreon.com/AJRich123 for full reactions and early releases. I also stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/AJRich every Thursday at 2 p.m. PST. We do reaction streams over there, so feel free to check that out. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.